we have the following example. This is problem number 20 in your book, is page 18. We have that a squared. Okay, I'm going to underline the important information. I'm going to read the problem. Remember, the first step is make sense of the problem. A squared with side length t is divided into two equal parts by a diagonal line segment with length x. The value of x squared is double the value of t squared. If the area of the square is 100 inches squared, what is the length of x? What they're asking me, where's the measure of this diagonal? Okay? How long is this one? So I need to find the value of x. Now this problem we're going to have two parts. And remember, we need to show our work. We need to make sure we write everything. So now I'm going to read the problem. I'm going to underline a square. Okay? Square means that every single side of the figure is the same. That reason why is t, 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 and t. Because it's a square. So every single side is just the same. A square with side length t, that's the variable they are giving me, is divided into two equal parts by a diagonal line segment with length x, this one. So it's this diagonal. We're cutting that square into two triangles with the same line. The value of x squared, I'm going to underline this one. The value of x squared is double the value of t squared. I'm going to tell you, this one is an equation. If the area, now we are talking about area. Last year geometry, the little bit of geometry you saw, the area of the square is 100 inches squared. What is the length of x? Where I'm going to start? Remember that area of a geometrical figure, or a rectangle, okay? The area of a rectangle is equals to base times height. Okay? Base times height, that's the area. The area of the square is the side to the second power. So area of the square is t to the second power. Why? Because you multiply the base times the height, but they are the same. So you have t times t. Remember that we saw exponents already. T times t is equals to t squared. That's where that t squared is coming from. So that reason why I'm going to start writing the formula of the area of the square, t squared. Okay? We know the area of the square. The area of the square is 100 inches squared. So I have the area of the square is equals to 100 inches squared. So I can make a substitution here in A. So instead of A, I'm going to put 100. So I'm going to have 100 is equals to t squared. We know how to calculate for t, getting rid of 2, so I'm going to use the square root method, plus minus. Okay, plus minus, don't forget that is positive and negative. Then this one will cross out the square, it will get rid of the square, and the square root of 100 is, I'm going to put plus minus, is 10 to the second power. Okay, we can simplify 100 to 10 to the second power equals to t. Now, see this square root? These two cancels out this one, and I have that 10 is equals to t. So I know the value of the size of the square is 10. Now, what is next? The equation that I told you that was here. Okay? To find x, it says the value of x squared, the value of x squared is double, so times 2 is when I said put double meat. So they put double meat in the hamburger. Is double the value of t squared. So how do I write that equation? X squared is is equal double the value of t squared. Is double the value of t squared. That's your formula. Now, we need to solve that equation. It's an equation, it's an equal sign. I know t from here, so I can make substitution. So I can have x squared is equals to 2 times 10 squared. Okay? 10 squared is 10 times 10 equals to 100. We got it here. And 100 times 2 is equals to 200. So let me do two steps. X squared is equals to 2 times 100, and 2 times 100 is 200. And now, because we are calculating this diagonal is positive, I'm not going to use the plus or minus. I'm just going to square root. Okay, you can put plus minus, but remember that we are only going to use the positive, not the negative. So these two goes away with the radical, and I have that x is equals to the square root of 200. Why do I leave it that way? Because 200 is not a perfect square. Remember that the square root of 100 here, so I have a square root of 100, and the definition says that we need to find a number that multiplied 2 times will give me 100. That reason why we have 10 to the second power. And that is the way we're going to get rid of the square root. So we said is equals to 10. So what is the solution? We have a question. If the area of the square is 100, what is the length of x? So I can, solution, the length of x is equals to 200 what? Inches. Because we were talking about inches. It's not inches squared because it's just one piece. It's inches. Okay? So that's the way we're going to solve this problem, and that reason it's important to ask questions. If you still have questions, let me know in the comments or send me an email, and I will reply back as soon as I can. So you have a wonderful day.